Welcome to Selenium Master video tutorial. In this video tutorial, you will learn how Selenium identifies objects in your web test automation. Selenium has several ways to identify web elements when using Selenium IDE or Selenium API in .NET Framework or Java programming. Selenium can locate elements by ID, name, link, XPath, cascading stylesheet, and by document object module by using the JavaScript. In order to look at the element definition in HTML code, you can use Firebug to see each element. Now let's look at Selenium Master Mortgage Calculator website. Let's click on the link. This mortgage calculator has several web elements like text box, drop down list. This is drop down list, text box, web button, and a link. If we fire up the Firebug, click an element in the page to inspect. If we click on the purchase price, you will see this is the input ID equals to purchase price text box. So we can identify the element by using the ID, or also we can identify the elements by using its name. And if we scroll down the window and if we point to the link, that is a link. It has the link to URL, so we can identify by this. So overall, we can identify the web elements by using ID, name, link, XPath, cascading stylesheet, and the document object module. Now let's look at how Selenium IDE can identify the objects. From Tools, let's open up Selenium IDE. Now it's opened. The second one is Type. This is ID purchase price text box. So this purchase price text box is identified by ID. When I click Find, you will see the flashing yellow. It means Selenium IDE identified the elements. Let's look at the interest rate. The interest rate is identified by its name. If I click Find, now it's identified by the name. So credit profile, it is identified by ID, and click Find. Now it found it. Next one is loan term. It is identified by ID. Click Find. And next one is down payment text box. It was identified by ID. And let's look at the property tags. So this one is XPath identification. So I click on this and click Find. It is identified. For the property insurance, it's text box. It is identified by ID. Click Find. And there is a button. Click a strong. So Find. It is a link. And this is a payment button. It is identified by ID. So in order to test if this identification works or not, we can execute only that step to see if the information can be entered into the box or if the information can be selected from the drop down box. So for example, for the type ID, if I right click and execute this command, now this 500,000 is entered. For the interest rate, right click and execute this command, the interest rate is typed. Now select the credit profile, right click and execute this command, the profile good is selected. For the interest loan term text box, right click and execute this command, the 30-year is entered. And down payment text box, execute this command, 80,000 is entered. For the start month, the label November should be selected. So right click and execute this command, November is selected. For the year, 2013 is selected. And property tax, right click on it and execute this command. So property tax is entered. Property insurance, right click on it and execute this command. So property insurance is entered. Now let's click on the button monthly payment calculation. Right click on it and execute this command. So it displayed some number. So now let's assert text present. Right click on it and execute this command. So this is green, it means this command is executed. So overall, in your web automation by using Selenium, you can identify elements by its ID, by its name, by its cascading style sheet, by XPath, and by document object module, and also by a link. If I click the link equals to go back to the main page, it will click that. Let's find it first. Now it flashed, it found the link. But make sure when you use a link to identify the element, it is case sensitive. The name of the link should match the name on Selenium IDE. So if you have any questions on this, you can visit the seleniummaster.com website frequently. More video tutorial will be uploaded to the site.